Business AS, Leadership Chapter 18. So when we talk about leadership, leadership is the act of leading. Stop writing word. Leadership is the act of leading. So we're going to go into the distinction, the difference between being a leader and being a manager. For managers, they take charge of the day-to-day running of the business. As a result, they are involved in the following functions. These are the functions of managers. Planning, which allows them to achieve their objectives. So if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So for managers to be able to achieve their objectives, it means they need planning. They need to put things in order. So planning allows them to be able to achieve their objective. Do you understand planning here? So coordinating. For coordination, which allows them to put some subordinates together to carry out the tasks, the day-to-day task. So as soon as they know what the objective is, they need to put workers together, their subordinates. They need to arrange them so that they can carry out the necessary tasks to achieve the day-to-day activity. The third one, communicating, which allows them to pass necessary information needed by staff to carry out their task. You know, information is also key. It's important. So managers have to convey information to workers so that they know what to do and what not to do. Without conveying information to them, then you shouldn't be expecting them to carry out the task. So they need information to be able to carry out their task. It's part of management roles or function. The next one is organizing, putting resources needed together, which allows employees to work effectively. So there's effectiveness, which means we are able to do the right thing at the right time. Based on what we talked about objectives, we said the objective needs to be smart. It has to be specific, measurable, agreed upon, time specific, and realistic. So managers must ensure that the objective is realistic. And to make it realistic, it means they have to give the necessary resources needed or the necessary support needed to workers to be able to carry out that task given to them. So these are the roles of managers. Do you understand managers here? Do you understand managers here? They plan, they organize, they coordinate. Is it clear? Then, what makes them different from leaders? Like, who is a leader? A leader is an individual or a person who tells us what to do, guide us on how to do it to achieve that goal. So I'm not just going to tell you to do. I'm going to be there, watching through when you are doing it. That makes me a leader. Do you get the point here? The manager will give you the task and he's gone or she's gone. Okay, you paused it all. So for leaders, a leader is an individual who tells us what to do, guides us on how to do it to achieve a goal. It's different from a manager. A manager will give you the task, he or she is gone. So you just have to come back to give him a feedback, or he monitors what you do. But for a leader, he gives you a task, he watches you through doing it, and if needs be, he or she will be there for you. That makes him or her the leader. So here I wrote, while a leader is the person who tells us what to do, guide us, what to do, guide us on how to do it to achieve a set of goals. It's still an objective. We need to achieve that objective. But for a she's going to be there watching over us when we are carrying out that objective. Leaders may perform the same role as managers, but in addition, they may do some or all of the following. Leaders they are still managers because they are managers too. But what makes them different from a manager is these roles that they perform. They will still carry out the task of managers. But what makes us to call them leaders are because of these roles they perform, which managers will not perform. The first one, leaders can be visionaries. They understand where the organization is at right now, and they know what direction the organization has to change to be able to survive and to grow. So leaders are visionaries. They see things. They see things through. They see through things. So they know where we are right now, and they know what needs to be done to be able to get to where we are supposed to get to. That makes them a leader. Do you get the point here? They have vision. They see through things. So they know where we are. They know what we should do to survive or to grow. Do you understand the first point there? Do you understand the first point here?
Yes.
The second one, leaders understand the way of carrying through the process of change. They have the ability to see through the details and small setbacks which are part of the growing process. They don't see chaos, rather progress, because they know the start and the end point. Because they are leaders, they see the end from the beginning. Do you get the point I'm making here? Because they are leaders, they see the end from the beginning. So they know there will be problems, there will be setbacks, but they don't see it as chaos, they rather see it as progress. So they feel that whatever happens during the process of change, It's part of the process. It's a work in progress. So it will not stop. They wouldn't stop. They wouldn't see it as a problem. Rather, they see it as what? Progress. That makes them a leader. So for every problem encountered, they find a way to solve it themselves. They will not escalate. But for managers, they will escalate because their job is to carry out the task. So mostly they use tactics. But leaders, they will use strategy. Do you get the point here? Managers are accountable. They need to give feedback to their directors. So they want things to be done the right way. So for every problem encountered, they might escalate. But leaders will not escalate. Rather, leaders will try to find solutions because they are multi-skilled. They have information about, at least they know more about virtually everything. They are well read. They have knowledge about things. So nothing will happen within the organization that they don't have experience about. Do you understand? That makes them a leader. So they see the end from the beginning. Do we get that? Do we get it, please? Yes. The third one. Leaders are often excellent to motivate people around them, allowing them to perform at their best. They are not afraid of change. So for leaders, they motivate people around them, and they're not always afraid of change. Even themselves, they change. When they see that, oh, things are not working fine, they find other ways to get it done. So people around them, they motivate them. They ensure that they carry them along. In the course of motivating them, that's why they guide. They guide you. They guide you on how to do things. Because they are leaders. So they don't just allow you to do it. But for the fact that you have your leader behind you, you'll be sure that, oh, even if I'm making a mistake, he or she is going to see it and tell me. So that's a sort of motivation on its own. Do you get the point here? Unlike managers, they give you the work and they are done. They move on. But leaders, they will see through. That's why we call them leaders. They tell you what to do. They guide you on how to do it to achieve that goal. So not until when you achieve that goal, they won't be back. They won't back up. That makes them a leader. Do we get it? So the note is, not all managers are leaders, but all leaders are managers. Do you get the point? Not all managers are leaders, but all leaders are managers. Because leaders will still carry out the function of managers, but not all managers can be as a leader. Because for a manager to be a leader, he or she must be able to has some characteristics he or she has to possess, and must be able to function in these roles. If not, he's just or she's just a manager. Do you understand the difference between managers and leaders? Thank you.